It's that time again.
3, Colbert converts again.
Outside to Cordell. Oh, on 20-footer. Good! Bounce past the Duffy left hand.
You're watching CTV Sports!
Good evening, Rams, and finally, welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Olivia Landis, and for the first time ever, joined by my side, Karlee Schwartzkopf.
Thanks, Olivia. Happy to be here.
Well, I don't know about you, but this summer went by so fast. But I think my favorite part was the fact that Fort Collins was so calm, and I was able to go out and see Rockies games and really relax. What about you?
Yeah, summer was awesome. I loved being in Fort Collins, too. It was really nice to be able to go anywhere and have no traffic at all.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite part was watching the Olympics.
Speaking of Olympics, with Ram fans gone all summer, I do believe we have some catching up to do in the world of CSU sports.
That's right, and we have just a thing to get fans up to date on some of the most important events that they missed out on this summer. It's time for some back-to-back recap facts.
Recap fact number 1, the summer steam is still rolling off our backs, and most of us were in tune with the Olympics that recently took place in Rio.
What a lot of people didn't know is that CSU alum Janae Deloach, Andy Ogaday, and Ben Pinkelman competed in these Olympics. Deloach represented the U.S. in track and field, Ogaday represented Nigeria in basketball, and Pinkelman competed for the U.S. in rugby.
Always really nice to see some CSU athletes representing the USA. Recap fact number 2, 2 former CSU men's basketball players participated in the 2016 NBA Summer Leagues. Former standout J.J. Avila was part of the New York Knicks squad, while recent graduate Antoine Scott played for the Denver Nuggets.
That'd be cool. Avila could play with D. Rose. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be.
Recap fact number 3, CSU men's football team has had an intense quarterback battle between Nick Stevens, Georgia transfer Fatan Beju, and true freshman Colin Hill. It's still unsure who will be stepping foot onto the field against CU this Friday.
Another year, another quarterback battle, but recap fact number 4, after playing in 2 preseason games with the Denver Broncos, former CSU standout Sam Carlson was released from the team to make room for other players.
Summer bummer. And finally, recap fact number 5. Along with being ranked in the top 25, the CSU women's volleyball team was once again chosen as Mountain West Conference favorites, heading into this 2016 season.
And now that we've recapped the past, it's time to jump back into the present. Let's talk a little volleyball and football. With one of Colorado State's largest athletic events of the year just days away, ticket sales are up for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. As of this past Friday, the University of Colorado has the overall lead in ticket sales, while CSU has sold more student tickets. CU has currently sold over 27,000 total tickets compared to CSU's reach of over 25,000. The Rams' student ticket sales, however, extended over 6,000, whereas the Buffs have only seen just over 5,000 sold for their students. The showdown will be the 16th game to be played in Denver at Sports Authority Field at Mile High since the rivalry series shifted to the Mile High City in 1998. The teams have swapped wins in the last 4 meetings, with the Rams coming out on top in 2012 and 2014. Let's take a look at what Coach Mike Bobo had to say earlier today about his team preparing for Friday's matchup.
You know, focusing on the little things of the fundamentals of football and letting them know that's going to be the difference in winning and losing, execution.
Make sure to check out all of our coverage that will be happening on the game Friday at www.collegian.com. Just click on that sports tab.
6 Colorado State players started off the season right this past weekend at Moby Arena with a win over North Dakota State. On Friday, the top 25 ranked Rams played a competitive 3-set match against the Bison, with 4 freshmen making CSU's starting lineup. Olivia Nicholson, Katie Alexic, Amanda Young, and Chrissy Hillier made an unforgettable first appearance for the team. Despite a small struggle in the 3rd set, the Rams came back to sweep the Bison for an overall win. CSU then played St. Mary the following day, marking its 2nd consecutive sweep with a 3-0 win. 4 of CSU's 7 points came off blocks, including major help from freshman setter Katie Alexic. The Rams went on an 8-1 run, but concluded the match with a close 25-20 win. The 2nd set finished fairly similar to the first with a 25-20 win for CSU, and the third set was a quick 25-18 shutout. Colorado State will begin a 4-match road trip against the University of Northern Colorado Thursday at 7 p.m. The Rams will begin their next home game against Wichita State September 8th. Well, it's time for our first quick break.
But when we come back, CSU and CU actually partnered up for something special.
And we'll have an inside look at what to expect from the men's and women's cross-country team this year. Don't go away.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. The usual rivalry we see between Colorado State and the University of Colorado on the field and on the court will not necessarily be the case tonight. Students from CSU and CU will team up with Special Olympics Colorado athletes for a unified flag football game. Unified Sports is dedicated to encouraging social inclusion through shared sports training and competition. The game will take place tonight at CU's indoor practice facility, with it starting at 6:30, and it is free to the public. In addition to the game, the Rams and Buffs are holding an online pledge battle to see which school can raise the highest amount of money for Special Olympics Colorado. If you or someone you know is interested in donating, visit specialolympicsco.org. Speaking of football, our very own assistant producer Elizabeth Prossi took to the plaza to ask CSU students about the upcoming Rocky Mountain Showdown.
This Friday, September 2nd, the Colorado State University football team kicks off its fall season with the Rocky Mountain Showdown. They will play the University of Colorado Buffaloes at Mile High Stadium in Denver. I spoke with a few Rams to get their thoughts on this special rivalry game. Maddie and Jackie, what are you looking forward to most about the Rocky Mountain Showdown this Friday?
I'm kind of looking forward to just seeing what all the hype is about, watching the two schools go up against each other, and just hanging out with some friends.
I'm looking forward to seeing how spirited our school is, because just so far from orientation, I can tell that there's a lot of people that are proud to be Rams, and so am I, and I can't wait to show my school spirit there.
Probably the energy within the stadium and how crazy and fun it's going to be. I'm a freshman, so I'm super excited. It'll be my first time going, so I'm super excited for the energy.
Getting out of a high school football experience and experience the college football experience, because I know it's going to be bigger and better.
Actually having a team to root for and a good game to cheer on my team.
Us being the Buffs, baby.
Getting acquainted with I-25 pretty well for about 2 hours. It'll be fun.
It will be a fun one. Now, what is your score prediction for this game?
28-10 Rams, baby.
Well, the Rams are obviously going to win.
42-0 Rams.
The Rams will win by a touchdown.
Get 3 touchdowns, but I know we'll definitely get the W.
Okay, he thinks the Rams are going to win. Now, what's the score going to be?
49-7.
49-7, I like it.
I'm going to say that the Rams are going to win by 9 points, because 9's a good number.
And finally, what is one thing you would want to tell Coach Bobo and the football team before the game?
To give it your all and have fun.
Score more points than the other team and we'll probably win.
It's the first game. Keep your spirits up, keep the team spirits up.
Give me the ball if we need help.
Play your hearts out and have fun. You'll do great.
He has nothing to worry about.
You heard it, Coach Bobo. You got nothing to worry about. Let's go, Rams.
Coach Bobo, Rams, go kick some butt out there. Let's beat them.
Yeah, go Rams! And there you have it, Rams. We'll see you at Mile High Stadium this Friday afternoon for a very special rivalry game. Elizabeth Prossi, CTV Sports.
Well, I don't know about you, Karlee, but I feel like that was the most enthusiastic group of students I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think our student body has a lot of confidence in our football team.
You know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Maybe the football team will feed off of that.
I think so. Well, here's a Colorado State team that needs to be talked about. Having finished second in the Mountain West and fifth in the region last year, the men's cross-country team just might have the best 1-2 punch in the nation. The Rams are ranked 10th in the country going into the 2016 season. The Rams will return with NCAA All-American Jefferson Abbey and Gerald Mock. Abbey finished 13th at the 2015 NCAA Division I Cross-Country Championships, tying for the 4th best ever in school history. Mock will try and defend his individual title at the Mountain West Cross-Country Championship this season. On the women's side, the Rams are ranked 3rd in the conference and have 2 stud runners returning, one of them being Darby Gilfin, who advanced to the NCAA Championships last year as a sophomore, placing 5th out of 127 runners at regionals. Well, it's time for another short break.
But when we return, Colorado State women's cross-country runner Mary Franke joins us to discuss this season's outlook and expectations for the men's and women's cross-country team. And we are back, excuse me. We are now joined by Mary Franke, and excuse me, I did make a mistake in that last reader, and I claimed she was a sophomore and she's a junior, but thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to have you.
So you guys are ranked 3rd, and the men are ranked 1st. Do you think that's an honest depiction of the team and what the season's going to look like?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. It's a pretty accurate depiction of how the team should go when we go to the conference championships this coming November. The men are doing really well right now in workouts. They look really good. They're feeling strong, no injuries really. And so I think they'll do really well. They should get 1st if they race well and stay positive. For the women's team, it's really hard when in your conference you have the NCAA national champions in your conference, so they're probably going to win. And then you have Boise State, who got in the top 5 last year too, so they're going to come out 1-2. But if we stay positive and race well, we should get 3rd as well at the conference championships.
Well, would you say that as a team, your main goal is to make it to those NCAA championships since 2007, the women's team hasn't made it. So is that the primary focus for the women's team?
Of course, yeah. In fact, it's such the primary focus of our women's team that we've changed our group name to #RoadToNatties, because we really do believe that if we can work hard, work together, that we should make it. And I think we will.
That's awesome. Coach Seymour said last season that he was expecting to be a top 10 team, and the boys have done that. Having Jefferson Abbey and Gerald Mock are such stud runners, what does that create in terms of an atmosphere for the rest of the team?
Oh gosh, it definitely trickles down to us because they're doing so well and they're so positive and they work so well together. It causes the girls team to really realize, like, hey, like, what have they done that's worked? And so how can we do that to apply to our team and on the girls team? And it's definitely working together, running workouts together, staying positive, having encouragement during the workout, that's huge, and that's really helped us.
So it really sounds like you guys feed off one another, the men's and women's team. What would you say is really going to be the key goals in both of you succeeding this coming season?
Well, that's another great question. I think some of the goals that we have, obviously we both want to make to nationals. How we do that, though, is I think, focusing on one day at a time. You want your long-term goal, but you need to have short-term goals so that you can make it. So we have a meet this coming Friday. Make sure you get good sleep, get your rest, eat healthy, we'll be fine.
Since the boys have 2 runners as kind of leaders on the team, and the girls team is fairly young, you have some juniors, I think you have 2 seniors on the team. Does that kind of put a lot on your plate to step up and be a leader?
Oh gosh, yeah, no. We have a really strong junior class this year with myself, Kate White, Roxy Trotter, and the 3 of us, along with our sophomore Allie Callinger, have really gotten together to really bring that core group to make it strong. That's really helped make the team become closer because we only have 14 girls total and only 10 girls are running right now for cross country.
And I know earlier you did mention that, the time from training until your first meet is so many months, and oftentimes there are a lot of injuries. So would you say you guys sometimes get burnt out? And if you do, how do you really keep that fire going.
Yeah, no, it's really hard to rekindle that fire once you start getting injured or you have a bad workout or a bad race. How do you bounce back from that? And I think for a lot of athletes, it's really realizing keeping things in perspective is huge. Realizing, yeah, I had a bad race, but at least I didn't like do horrible. Like I got injured, but there's more to life than an injury. There's more to life than having a bad race. I mean, running's a part of all of our lives, but it doesn't rule us. And so I think that's really huge for us to keep things in perspective. That way when something goes wrong, we can handle it.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have for tonight. But again, we want to thank Mary Franke for coming on the show and giving us her time and her thoughts on the cross-country team.
Be sure to tune in to CTV tomorrow and Thursday night at 7 for more news, entertainment, weather, and sports.
And make sure you keep updated on our Rocky Mountain Showdown coverage this Friday on collegian.com. Have a safe week, Rams.